So why don't we start, if everyone can just give their names and maybe the instruments you play. So.
I'm Jung-ho and I play book.
My name is Yeonju. I play the book too.
My name is Min-jung. I play Kwengari.
Hi, I'm Yunhwa. I play Janggu.
Hi, my name is Young Shen and I play Janggu too.
Hi, I'm Unim and I play Janggu.
Hi, my name is Hyunju. I play Jin.
Wonderful. How long has Sori Mori been together as a group? When did you form?
I think she
So I guess we'll have to say officially about 5 years ago when we had a summer workshop with her. So we did a week-long summer workshop. And then after that, we start practicing together and performing as a group.
Oh, wonderful. And you came from?
Korea.
From Seoul?
Yes.
Oh, from Seoul. Okay, yeah. Wonderful. And so the Salmonori style is relatively new, right? It's based on Pulnori, but I want to say maybe it kind of shows up in the 1970s. It's
Yes.
more recent, yeah. How did you come to discover Salmonori? Anybody?
we could kind of have a couple
Yeah.
answers. I'm sure we all have a different experience.
Good.
So, anybody? 사물놀이 어떻게 접하게 돼요?
어떻게 적어야
I mean, I'll just go first and then you can think about it. I actually, it was in early 90s that when I was in college student, and 풍물, that's 사물놀이, is really popular then. And that was only as a music, but also as a protest movement also. So they did a lot of student group, and also there's some different organization was organizing like different lessons and getting together and doing the music. So that's when I first knew about, and then I did really short a month of practicing, and I wasn't really successful. I didn't really put a lot of time, but it was really great. I didn't really know until then. My early experience, I never really had any exposure of Korean traditional music.
Right.
But that was the first time, and then I kind of forgot about it for a long time. And then I somehow moved to Vermont, and then I knew there were people, Korean people, and then there are some people already kind of doing a little group, and then they were doing some practicing, and they kind of up to this like 5 years ago, and then I kind of joined too. So that's my experience.
Anybody else?
I mean, anybody did anything in Korea?
No.
We all grew up in Korea. We all grew up in Korea.
Where is everybody from in Korea? I'm curious.
I'm from Seoul.
I'm from Daegu, is southern part of Korea.
Seoul.
So,
Yeah, I'm so Seoul.
So
Daegu. Same with Yeonju.
nice. And so, do you remember Pongmul in Korea when you were as a child? Maybe do you remember that traditional style then? Yeah. And,
yes, I've never heard of Pungmul because that's mostly done in countryside. You know, traditionally when you have a harvest, people would all get together and it would be to celebrate and to pray for a good weather and to be thankful and so forth. So I've never come across Pungmul, never really came across 사물놀이 at all. And it was only in Vermont when we got the workshop that I actually really got to experience it.
And what was that like for you?
It was fun. It was fun. It's very, exciting beat and to just have a group of us together and to practice together was a really good social.
The thing that I love watching you perform is you cannot stop from smiling when you're playing. It's contagious, right? It seems like it's so much fun for you, and it's so freeing. Maybe I don't know. How do you feel when you play Salmonori? How do you feel?
스트레스 풀리죠.
You feel like we are in Korea, hometown. Yeah.
What does it mean to be able to play Salmonori in Essex, Vermont?
We are so grateful we can share our culture with community. And we started with the Korean, teaching Korean language and Korean food fest, and now music, and it's really exciting.
What is it about the music especially that you think is so important for that?
So all of us are like Korean school teachers. So that's how we sort of got involved.
Sure.
And one of our mission in Korean school is not only teach the Korean language, but to share the Korean culture.
Yeah.
So I think it really ties well together because through this music, we're able to share our Korean culture with the community. And it's just a really easy way for us to share it.
Yeah.
So,
And it's a style of music I think a lot of Westerners are not familiar with. So it's very it's a very eye and ear opening the first time people hear it. Right? You mentioned that it was also a political statement at one time too. How so?
I mean, it's 사물놀이, as you said, it's kind of a little newer style
Yes.
based on traditional music. So that traditional music was back hundreds and hundreds of years ago. But now the society is not anymore agriculture, and we don't really have a village. We don't really go around the village and doing any harvest. I mean, there are not many farmers anymore.
Right.
And then not only that, I think the society changed and religion changed and all that, but also until 60s and 70s. And we went through, Korea and went through, Japanese colony, and so we kind of forgot, and also we are really busy modernizing, and then all this, industry, so we don't have time to really kind of think about our spirit or culture or Korean thing. So it was really forgotten or kind of disappeared for a while. And that's the one, this kind of amazing kind of artist who started, I think I want to revive this Korean music in a more kind of just a recital form. It's not I guess authentic. I mean, it's not a village going around as a farmers or
You're not not excising evil spirits in houses and things.
So
like
this is
that.
a really different. This is more recital form.
Right.
But at the same time, it has a little spirit of being Korean or Korean culture and Korean music. So that's the part that I think this group of more, I guess, progressive ideas kind of come into it because in a way it kind of goes together.
Yeah.
So that's how I think it kind of has a little more culture to it, and it has a more power too. Whenever people get together, I don't know whether. I mean, they're a little different generation, a little younger people, and whenever there's a little student protest, there's always this pool.
Interesting.
And then getting around because it's loud, and everybody's getting to what's happening today. And then the campus, that's how we started.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things happening with this, 사물놀이 and 풍물패.
Yeah. And what does, would you say that 사물놀이 is maybe as popular or more popular outside of Korea? Like if you're from Korea but you're living somewhere else in Europe or America, right? Is it more appealing being away from home than being home? I don't know.
I think so. Yeah. People more appreciate our traditional music in here than Korea, right?
Because I know there's another 사물놀이 group in Los Angeles, I believe. I think they're just called Mori, if I'm not mistaken. So there are a few of them around. Talk about the symbolism in the drums, right? Each drum has its own associated with air or thunder, or can you talk about the meaning behind each drum? Maybe start with the Jin.
Wind.
Wind. Okay. Yeah.
장구 is rain.
Rain.
And Kangari is thunder and lightning.
Lightning.
The book is a cloud.
Clouds. Yeah. What does that? How does that tell you how to play the instrument? Do you think of that idea when you're playing the instrument? Thunder or rain or?
Yeah, I'm not sure. But
Okay.
사물놀이, for example, means literally four objects
Yes.
playing together. So then you have, it's sort of like a harmony of four different instruments that represents the nature and
Representing
just-
harmony
right,
in nature,
right,
right?
yeah. And
Which
just
makes sense why it
having
would be a
fun.
harvest celebration type type music. Why did you choose the instruments you chose Why are you playing the jing, for example?
Why?
Yeah.
Actually, at first time I played the Changu.
Uh-huh.
That's my start first time, and I we want to change the positions. I'm gonna try this one, and I feel just like sounds so wonderful.
Yeah.
So yeah, and now I play, and so I bring back to this one because I'm stuck here. Yeah.
What about, for those of you who play the jangu, what
Did
sort
we
of feelings do you
start
get?
Yeah.
playing
Yeah,
the
we all
Changu?
started
Yeah,
Changu
yeah.
first. The Changu is kind of like the melody.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So if you know the Changu, then you can actually move on to different instruments.
Okay, that makes sense. And talk about the clothing. I think the clothing is symbolic too, yes? The colors, maybe?
오방색.
오방색이 이거 다 색깔 얘기하는
네.
건가요?
흰색, 검은색, 파란색.
근데 그 뜻은 있어요?
네, 그것도 있어요.
I think there is meaning, but we're not quite sure.
Each color means.
It looks good. And I'm sure there's a little more too, like related to either shamanistic ideas or Buddhist ideas, but it was kind of really long tracing back.
And
So
there's some hats that go with it.
Yeah,
right.
Are you going to be wearing hats tonight? or-
that's more like actually original like outdoor because Pumori is more like outdoor play, but this one's Hamuluri is more really set as an indoor like stage version of
Okay.
like recital kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it kind of really like went from outdoor to indoor stage. So this one, I mean, sometimes they do it if it's a little bigger stage. They do this head.
Right, I've seen the rope.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they usually do it outside. Well, sometimes they made it like a little bigger stage version too.
Uh-huh. And it's fine if you don't understand the symbol. There's so many traditions Americans have that if you ask me what the tradition is, I don't know. We just do it because it's been done that way for a long time. So that's one of the beautiful things about tradition, right? You carry it with you for so many reasons. You are friends. You all go to the Essex Church. Your church members, your friends. What does it mean to be able to bond as musicians together? Do you feel like it takes a different sort of meaning, or does it make you? How does that speak to you here in Essex? Not as family or friend or church member or community member, but you're musicians together. It seems like a special bond.
우리가 음악적으로 어떤지,
음악적으로
어떤 관계를 맺고 있고, 우리가 서로 어떤
I mean, I think it's special in a way that we actually have certain a mission or sort of a goal that we're doing together versus just being a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
음악은
I think it's different.
그게 맞아야 좋은 음악이 되는 거고 이게 마음적으로 되게 잘 만든 것 같아요. 가면 갈수록 처음엔 되게 불협화음부터.
I mean, she kind of mentioned that this is sort of a communal music in a way. It's not a like individual like play or perform.
Right.
Even practice, if one person is not here, we can't really practice together.
Right.
So, and also like I really need her when I practice because she knows the rhythm and I can follow her. But if I have to do it on my own, I can't. And this is, I mean, she can do the tango solo tango. That's really great. There's sometimes like solo, but it's mostly together. So that's definitely like we work together. I mean, not everybody goes to church, but not everybody's now doing the Korean school. But this is a kind of the way that we kind of interact in a little different way. Even though we see everybody, many different settings. There are not many Koreans, so I know. But it's a really special kind of space in a way.
And it requires a communication that you don't have to think about otherwise. I mean, there's so much precision going on, right? The rhythms and the rhythmic changes and the metric changes, right? I mean, it takes a lot of precision and a lot of coordination. And that's really deep communication, right?
And we play same beat. It's like a one spirit. It feels like one spirit. Yeah.
That's a good feeling, right? You don't get that any other way. How does it, so to extend on that, how does it feel to be doing this as all women playing in this ensemble? It seems like that's a real important part of your identity, I would think, right? To be able to play music together like this.
I was just thinking about that actually. I'm sure somebody's gonna ask.
Because I've seen other Samalnodi groups, and there can be men and women, but this works so wonderfully as the ensemble you've made it as just sort of your female companions in this group, right?
I mean, we didn't exclude any men.
Mhm.
It just naturally happened. All Korean school members started doing this one for us and for our students.
Extended.
Yeah, and then it
Right.
became. But I think Samulori or Pungmul is the one that's really communal and it's really, in a way, gender free. Anybody can
Right.
join, and it's
Right.
not only for female or male, and age wise too, from
Yeah.
little or to older person. So. Yeah, we'll welcome anybody if you then wanted to put up with it.
No. I wasn't asking
Right,
for
yeah.
that. I was just wondering that as women who you have a lot of everybody carries so many roles and identities in your life, right? But you get to carry this very interesting identity as musicians together, and that must mean something really wonderful to everybody, I would think. I don't know. Are you teaching your children maybe? Or are they interested or not?
Yeah, in Korean culture school, we teach the instrument too.
Oh, good. So that's getting passed on.
Yeah.
How big is the Korean community? Would you say in Burlington, Essex, larger area?
Our church is main community, so about 40, 50, including kids.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, wonderful. Are you able to tour with this ensemble?
Of course. Yes.
Yeah, we have regular performances. So we
Good.
do, for example, we're going to be doing it at the Vermont International Festival.
Oh,
We
that's
do that
in
annually.
December, I think?
Yes,
Yes.
it's December
Okay,
1st.
okay.
And
In
then
2
we
weeks.
do it at UVM at the Lunar New Year celebration. We do it,
St.
this year we
Michael's.
can't, but St. Michael's
Yeah.
International Festival.
Yes.
And also we go around our kids' school too, sometimes
Yeah.
for the schools, elementary schools and middle schools.
Yeah. How would you, just a few more questions, how would you say the music has changed from, maybe you don't know the answer, how's the music changed from Honmul to Samalnodi or from Korea to Essex? How does the music change? Does it?
되게 말씀드렸지. 사물놀이에서, 풍물에서 사물놀이로 특히 사물놀이 중에서도 여기 우리가 하는 게 어떤지.
Or does the music change from ensemble to ensemble or person to person?
스타일이 여러 가지가 있을 수 있잖아요.
네.
그래도 저희가 배운 건 선생님한테 배운 거니까.
Because-
하는 건 어떤 음악인지.
기본은 있죠.
Because it's passed on an oral tradition, right, from master to student. She's the teacher, right?
Yeah.
So, because you are the master teaching the students, right, passing on the tradition. Yeah.
제가 저 설명을 해주세요.
선생님 보시기에는 다른 사물놀이도 여러 가지가 있잖아요.
네네.
그래서 우리가 하는 것들은 어떤 것들이고, 그 전에 있었던 풍물이랑 사물놀이가 어떻게 많이 달라졌는지.
풍물 놀이 자체는 그냥 이제 농사 지으면서 어떤 틀이 있다기보다는 누가 상세가 이끌어 나가는 대로 그 장단을 맞춰서 쳤다면 그걸 이제 무대로 옮겨와서 사물놀이라는 것은 이제 악보를 만들어서 그 악보대로
선생님도 악보를 보고
연주를 하는
거예요?
거고요. 네, 제가 배운 게 초등학교 때 배운 게 그것이고 여기 와서는 이제 선생님들이랑 기본기부터 우리 했었잖아요. 그래서 이제 수준에 맞춰서 하려고 했으나 너무 다들 잘 따라오셔서 예, 그냥 그대로 옮겨온 거거든요.
그러니까 어디 가든지 영락하면 다 똑같은 영락인가요?
그렇죠.
예, 살짝씩 다를 수는 있지만 그 틀은 똑같아요.
Okay. So she was saying, so for example, when we were talking about Pungmul, what happened in the farming community, that is more like a leader doing Dengari who will be leading and you'll be playing along.
Right.
Whereas when it transformed into Samunori, became more of a stage music with music. So that we actually have a sheet score,
Oh, okay.
yeah, that we could follow. So that anybody who plays, for example, we're going to be playing Uttari and Yeongnam, and anybody who does Yeongnam will recognize our music because it will be the same.
Okay.
There will be slight variations here and there, but the basic is the same. So it's more, structured.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Stylized.
And any musicians in your families? Did you grow up as musicians or ever think you would be a musician? And here you are.
We were just saying how if we were in Korea, we may not be playing this.
Interesting.
Yeah, so
Why is that?
Because Samelody is more traditional Korean music, so it's not something that people would be very keen to playing. I think it's like playing. 미국에서 뭐죠? Like playing classical music. Not everybody plays classical music. It's not exactly
Everybody's
the same.
listening to K-pop, right? So.
But I think because we're here and we appreciate Korean things and we miss our Korean ways,
Yes.
that we are drawn to a Korean music and that we're able to play this.
Wonderfully said. Yeah, of course. Real quick, when you're chanting together, can somebody translate some of those chants? I'm just curious what you're saying.
하늘 보고 별을 따고 땅을 보고 농사 짓고 이것도 약간 그 농사의 기분.
It's
설명해 주세요.
hoping good harvest. Ensuring and hoping good harvest, right? Yeah.
Nice. Does anyone want to share something? Did I miss something? Any thoughts you have? This is such a wonderfully unique and important thing you're doing. You do it so well. I'm so excited that you get to share this with some Burlington audience tonight. So.
Just like one quick thing, so we
Sure.
are doing the Samulori. This is in a way more well known,
Yes.
kind of like the 70s developed this form. And the other one is the standing drum.
Yes.
That is a 승무부. So that is even newer because it kind of started from like later 90s and
wow, okay.
later on.
Yeah.
So it has a kind of connection to the 승무, more like monk dance tradition.
Okay.
But that's now it's again kind of more stage version or more sort of like recital version in a way, like indoor. So that's the kind of two things that we are sharing, which is kind of really amazing. I mean, we are not only the Samulori but that. So just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, no, it's wonderfully
Yeah.
diverse and entertaining and exciting, and yeah, it's just it's perfect for tonight. So thank you all so very much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.